Let's try and drill down a little bit in specifics. And before even Ukraine started, there were, exactly as you've described, there were a few headwinds already. There's inflation, inevitability of rising interest rates, supply chain issues, et cetera, et cetera. There's quite a few things, oil prices, energy costs, et cetera. Everything was on the way up. Let's talk about supply chain. So specifically about Ukraine, what kind of direct impact, if any, can supply chain issues have as a direct result of the Ukraine war on commercial real estate? Like, what are we talking about?
Sure. So the one that's most visible right now is what's happened with oil prices. So there's financial sanctions on Russia, which would limit their output of oil and their ability to sell oil. And then on top of that, the U.S. has declared that they're not going to buy any Russian oil anymore. And that creates a shortfall in the amount of oil available, right? So we have a fairly consistent use of oil in the United States and all over the globe. Russia is a top exporter of oil globally. They basically deliver about 12% of the global supply of oil. So there is an effect when you try to shut that down and you reduce the amount of oil available to the world. That puts upward pressure on prices, right? You have a shortage of supply, demand is still relatively constant, and then that rolls over into gasoline prices. So you start to see that price at the pump move, and that affects people in general. Not only is there oil, but chromium and rhodium are both rare earth elements that Russia supplies a significant portion of those. Those are heavily used in catalytic converters for automobiles. We, again, already have a shortage of autos being manufactured. There's shortages of steel and aluminum. They're already affecting the auto manufacturing. This is going to compound that. So we can see it happening across various aspects of the economy. Another major export out of both Ukraine and Russia are grains and food products. And that's going to roll into effects. It could tighten up the food supplies on a global level. Not all of that rolls into the United States. We produce a lot of food here in the US. That's not a major import for us, but it does tighten the chain across the world. And as a result, that strains the supplies and raises costs for everybody.